Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Brandon. I make videos related to nursing school, travel, and DIY hobbies. If you're not new here, welcome back and thank you for sticking around. And in today's video, I'll be talking about 10 things that I wish I knew before I went to nursing school. So let's go. So I have a list here because I really put some thought into making this video, and I'm like, what are 10 really valuable things that I want to share with you guys? And the first thing on my list is exam and the grading scale. So for those of you who don't know, I attend 2 universities. I attend a community college, which is my host school, and I attend a 4-year traditional college, which is my home school. And I go to those 2 universities simultaneously, and I basically graduate with 2 degrees in nursing. But when it comes to exam in nursing school, I wish, like during prereq years, they told us what to expect. I failed my first exam, and I'm gonna get into that, but that was one thing I wish I knew, the ℕℂ𝕃𝕼 style questions. They are a killer. And I know you've seen this floating around, and I'm not going to be repeating myself, but yeah, you get questioned like, all the answers are correct, but which one is the most correct? And I've seen a lot of videos saying that. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And now I finally know what they're talking about. You have to, nursing school is different. The ℕℂ𝕃𝕼 style question is very applicable. It's not true or false or fact-based question. It's critical thinking based question, and you have to think critically to answer those questions. And child, when it gets to the select all that apply, oh my god, that is the killer, because you get, even if you select 3 and 1 was wrong, you get the whole question wrong. And even if you select 3 and it's 4, you still get the question wrong because you missed 1. So those, I wish they taught us how to answer these ℕℂ𝕃𝕼 style question. And I'll link it down below. There's this book, it's the Saunders Comprehensive ℕℂ𝕃𝕼 style book and the test taking strategy book. I'll put the link in the description below. Those books are very helpful, and I recommend reading those books. I know it's stupid because I skipped the chapter on how to take a test, because it's like, I know how to take a test, but after I failed my first nursing school exam, I went back and read that chapter, and it's like, oh. So that's the first thing I wish I knew. It's how the questions are asked. And the grading scale, because I attend 2 universities, and I'm sure a lot of people grading is different, but my program, we don't round. There is no rounding. And to pass, you need a 77%. So if you get a 76.9, you fail. There is no rounding. And I don't like that. So you better read and study your ass off. So I wish I knew that going into nursing school. So now I'm telling you guys, prepare for the ℕℂ𝕃𝕼 style questions. If you're in prereq, read that ℕℂ𝕃𝕼 book and get familiar with how they answer questions. It's not anatomy. It's not remember what bone attached to what. It's critical thinking. Number 2, the other thing I wish I knew before getting into nursing school is how expensive it is. And my program is very unique, again, because I attend 2 universities, and because of this, I realize how expensive it really is. My community college, this semester I'm taking 4 classes. Full disclosure, it's $1,000 for 4 classes at a community college. I have 1 semester, which is my final semester, which I'll be at the 4-year traditional college. You know how much that 1 semester is? $8,000. So imagine if I did my entire 5 semester at that traditional college, it would be 8,000 times 5, which I can't do the math right now, but that's a lot of money. And that doesn't include books, it doesn't include supplies, it doesn't include transportation, food, you have to live. And just be prepared, save your money. Don't be buying all these personal preference. Don't be buying all these elaborate stationaries and stuff. You're not gonna need it. And we're in a time right now where we don't have in-person classes, and I've been an advocate for a paperless student. And it's the 21st century. We're going paperless. So get accustomed to digitally taking notes, get accustomed to learning stuff digitally instead of buying supplies, and that's money you could save. Pause. I live close to an airport and the Air Force Base, so this is a daily. Save as much money as you can, don't get a credit card. If you check out my Instagram post, I'll probably link it right here. I talk about how to be financially responsible. So check that post out, I share some good tips. The third thing I wish I knew before getting into nursing school, and I already knew this, but I wish I know how serious it was in nursing school, is the accountability. You're expected to be in 15 minutes is late. If you're 15 minutes early, you're late. You need to be 30 minutes early. Stand outside that door and wait. But when it comes to accountability, I saw classmates who, without a watch, they got kicked out of clinical. Your uniform is wrong-fold, you get kicked out of clinicals. Your lab coat is messy or wrong-fold, you can't come to class. And remember, nursing stemmed from the military, so I do get the rigorous and you're dealing with people's life and everything, but I wish I kind of had a little heads up before getting in. And I'm sharing that with you guys right now. Nursing school is very accountable. It's not prereqs where your professor will be like, oh yeah, you lose 10 points because you turn it in late. No, nursing school, you get a 0 if you turn it in late. And I mean like 1 minute or 30 seconds late. And plus, you wouldn't have the opportunity to turn it in late. Depends on your program. My program have a lot of softwares. We use, I can't remember what it's called, but it basically locks your browser when you're taking quizzes and stuff. So if you should leave and open a new tab, you get a 0 and it closed the thing. And a lot of stuff disappears. So if the deadline is 11:59, the assignment tab vanish. So you don't have an opportunity to turn it in late to lose points as you do in prereqs. So I just want to let you guys know, nursing school is very accountable. They require you to be on top of your stuff. The fourth thing I wish I knew is how important your prereqs are. I only thought nursing school focused on anatomy and pathophysiology. Nuh-uh. I took my nutrition class my first year during my prereqs. I did 2 years of prereqs for nursing school. And nutrition came in nursing school, and I'm like, oh my god, what are macronutrients again? What is this? What is that? And I had it, and that's another little tip I'm gonna throw to the side. Keep your prereq books. Don't give them away, don't sell them, keep your notes, because yeah, nursing school, it builds, and from your prereq years, it builds from prereq, anatomy, nutrition, statistics, how to read your research papers, that's how statistics come in. Pathophysiology, I said anatomy already, what else did I do in prereqs? A bunch of other stuff. And your prerequisites are very important. I know a lot of people memorize anatomy. Try not to do that. There are some things you have to commit to memory, but try to know and understand the concept and the physiology. And when you know that and have that baseline foundation, when it comes to med-surg and pharm and fundamentals too, you're gonna have that. That's in the bag. So pay attention in prereqs, pre-nursing guys. This one should resonate with you. Pay attention in your prereq years because it is very important. The fifth thing I wish I knew before getting into nursing school is to learn how to learn. And it's very hard coming out of your comfort zone to now relearning how to learn, if that makes any sense. Because nursing school, for me, I can't remember my last semester. And I passed, but every day it was something new. Every day it was more reading. And it's not 1 chapter, it's like 5, 6, 10 chapters for 2, 4, 6 classes at a time. So it's a lot, you have to, it's that mindset, and just get familiar with, be prepared to learn how to learn again. Not everything you read is gonna be important. You need to look at figures, look at bold text, look at graphs. Don't read everything word for word. If you don't get something from just looking at the bold headings, then I would read that little part. That's what I do. Sixth thing I wish I knew before getting into nursing school is accepting my failures. I am a 4.0 GPA from prereqs. I've been on the dean's list twice before getting into nursing school, and my first semester in nursing school, my very first nursing assignment, I got a 0. My first nursing school exam, I failed. Again, my pass grade is 77 and I got a 68% on my first nursing school exam, and I was livid. I was pissed. I thought I was gonna drop out the program. I met with my faculty instructor and she tried to put me on a success plan, because failing that one exam to her meant that it's possible that I'm gonna fail the class. And it was really close, guys. I was borderline in a 58% on average until like the last 4 weeks of school, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm not gonna make this. But I back up, pull my socks up, relearn, learn how to learn. I applied that and I passed. So I want you guys, don't get down by if you fail nursing school. Don't pay attention to what social media is showing you. A lot of us fail. I failed. I've never failed. I faced my first exam. I've never failed the overall class. But I failed my first exam. I failed multiple assignments in nursing school. I think I failed some quizzes in didactics, but I still passed the class because, and that's what I said, accept your failures. Not because you fail 1 or 2 or 5 exams. If you fail 5, you might fail. Or 5 quizzes. You're not gonna drop out of nursing school. If you get a C, you're still an excellent nurse. Your grades doesn't define what kind of nurse you're going to be. And don't compare yourself to those 4.0 people because they're not telling you the truth. I've been there and I've seen it. Oh yeah, I got a 99. Meanwhile, the class average was 70 and the professor curved the grade. So don't believe anything you hear and don't compare yourself to each other. The 7th thing I wish I knew before getting into nursing school is the time. And I say time in general. Nursing school requires a lot of time, and it goes back into my previous points where you have assigned readings for 4 classes, 10 chapters per class. So that's 40 chapters you have to read before each class, and that's a lot of time. And it goes back into learning how to learn. You're not gonna read that 40 chapter word for word. It's impossible. If you could do it, sweetie, you need to link me up. Let's talk, because I need to know your secret. But it's very time consuming, and you need to explain to your family, and I'm gonna say this, explain to your family the importance of it. And I'm sure your family already knows, but I had a social life in my nursing, in last semester. I still went out to bars, I still hung out with my friends, I still did trips, but you have to carve that time you used to do that. You have to get that time back, if you know what I mean. Yes, I went on a trip, but while I'm on the trip, I have my books with me in my suitcase and I do my readings. Or I have my iPad. All my books are on my iPad. This is very slim and thin. This could go in the car, go on the bus, go on the train, go on the plane. Anywhere I'm going, this is with me, and you don't want to be disrespectful. I'm not going to pop out my iPad at a bar and do some reading while I'm around friends and family. No. But on the way to the bar in the car, I'll pop it out and skim and do a little reading. And so you need to get that time back. It's really good. You need to balance your time. And I'm telling you that your time is not going to be your own while you're in nursing school. It requires a lot of time, especially when it comes to care plan writing. My program wants us to submit care plan 30 minutes after clinicals. Meanwhile, I live 45 minutes from clinical sites. And you can't stay at the hospital to do your care plan because that doesn't look good. So be prepared. It's very time consuming, and you're gonna want to pull your hair out. Schedule sleep. Don't do all-nighters. I've never pulled an all-nighter before. I did that when I was studying business, but I've never done an all-nighter in nursing school. I don't recommend you doing it. So manage your time wisely. The 8th thing I wish I knew before getting into nursing school is you ain't gonna make any friends. Don't be disheartened if you don't make any friends. I haven't made any friends in nursing school yet. People's definition of friendship is very different, and I must say there is 4 currently that we're building that level. I mean, I'm the one still doing all the talking, but that's aside. So don't get offended if you don't make any friends. Remember, everybody's nurse. We're all type A's getting into nursing school. All of us are type A personalities. All of us were once or continuing straight A students. And some of us just don't want to do a study group. Some of us just don't want to talk to you. And you can't get offended by that. You just have to move on. And I know a lot of people make friends in nursing school. I haven't yet. So don't be offended. Just do your thing. Keep thriving, just keep going. There's 5 or 6 semesters, depends on how your program's set up in nursing school. There's ample time for you to make friends. And you might make friends in clinicals. You might not make friends with your classmate, but you might make nurse friends, and that's a reference. That's a shadow opportunity. That's a volunteer opportunity. But yeah, being an extrovert, I wish I knew that getting into nursing school. In prereqs years, I had a lot of friends in all my classes. And in nursing school, I had no friends. So that's a getting used to. So I wish I knew that before I get in. We're almost at the end. The 9th thing I wish I knew before getting in, and I kind of know this. I don't even know why it's on the list, but there's not a lot of males. There is not a lot of males in my program. I think I shared on Instagram again in this post. I'm going to try to link it right here. With the dual degree program, they only accept 24 students, and amongst that 24, it's 4 male. So there's 20 female, and amongst those 4 males, I'm the only black male. So I feel definitely out of place. There's no male representative in nursing. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But if you're a male watching this, just remember you're not gonna have any much bros to hang out with or do beers with. And you're gonna be surrounded by females, and that's just the reality of nursing school. Not much males. And the last thing I wish I knew before getting into my nursing program, and probably nursing school in general, is the overall structure of nursing school. And let me explain this. The overall structure meaning you're assigned reading before you go to class. Let me give a practical example. Fundamentals of nursing. I have a class tomorrow, and I have 4 chapters to read before the class. Before the lecture starts, we have a quiz. So you're basically teaching yourself, and that's when I said previously in this video that I failed some quizzes in didactics. That's what happened to me. You have to do your readings, and then you go to class to take a quiz. And then you get your grades after the quiz, and then they lecture. And I just thought that was like, what the hell? That is so backwards. I could get a 0 and write in zeros throughout the whole semester and nothing changed, because I don't change a grade. So really expect that in nursing school. That is the overall structure. You are required to read and teach yourself. Then you go and take an exam or a quiz, get your grade, and then your professor lecture. I know it sounds effed up. It did to me, but that's just the reality of nursing school. We're critical thinkers. We're gonna be in a clinical setting. We're not gonna have a preceptor all the time or a clinical instructor. That's autonomy as nurses to make the conscious decision. I know it's hard, and that's where I always suggest YouTube, Khan Academy, Google, study group, practice questions at the back of your book. Do a lot of stuff, because that's the reality of nursing school. And I wish I knew that was the overall structure. I've been writing a lot of 70s in my didactics class, and it's because the chapter just didn't stick with me, and then I have to go and take an exam after it didn't stick with me and then get graded on that. So be prepared for that. And those are the 10 things I wish I knew before nursing school, and I hope these help you guys out a lot. I really hope it does, because these are very practical 10 things, and I wish I had a YouTube video that told me these things. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for next week, where I'll be posting another video. I think my schedule is I'm posting a video every Friday. So Stay tuned, guys. Bye. Thanks for watching.